Good afternoon. And this is not an episode of Let's Talk Sports, y'all. I'm AK the Apostle, live from the Black Eye Media Room. And what we also want to do here, we want to set up an environment where people can come down and have conversations, tell their stories, whatever that's on their mind. So today I have with me a dynamite young brother by the name of Black Galaga, and he's here to talk about his upcoming project and things like that. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing amazing, man. How you doing today?
I am blessed.
Good,
I am
good,
blessed. I am blessed.
good.
Now, let's just before we get to the project, before we get to everything that's going on with the project, first tell me, when did you first realize that you wanted to do music? When you fall in love with hip hop?
Man, well, as far as actually falling in love with hip hop, that was at a very young age. Like being in a household of two parents that love music as a whole, in particular rap and hip hop. I fell in love with it at a young age, and I always understood the history of what hip hop is and what it means to be a part of that actual culture. Um, 90s, 80s, 70s, and even into the 2000s and 2010s, I've always followed not just what was on the radio, but did my homework as to what made certain artists more popular than others and focus on who had different styles and cadences. I've always loved hip hop from a young age.
Who was your influences in hip hop?
Man, well, the earliest influence I can remember is my father. I mean, I just, going to his shows and listening to his music almost every single day, knowing every song word for word. That's probably my number one, like, biggest influence. I do have other artists that I do listen to for different reasons, but he's going to be my number one
Who are
influence.
the other artists? Who the other artists? We don't just say other artists. Who are they? Don't matter who they are.
So I listen to Conway the Machine. I like that boom bap hip hop. And just the story behind it. I like a good story. I like music that I could, in a way, just feel and you get that emotion evoking feeling. So I like a lot of Conway the Machine. I like lyricism. So I listen to Elzai and Royce the 5'9". From time to time, Jordan Lucas, just from a videographer perspective. I'm really into like shooting videos. So the way that he structured his songs are around videos. So I always found that interesting too. So that's just a couple artists I listen to.
It's on the page now. If y'all want to share it, it's live on AKA the Apostle. Let's Talk Sports for those that want to tap in and share it. Okay. What's your favorite song by your father?
Man, that's a tough one. Favorite song by my father. I would have to say, man, that's a tough one. Shoot, I have so many songs. I would probably have to go with "Pressure Makes Diamonds," like the first song off that project, because of where we were at that time. We were, as a family, going through some things, and I watched him put that song together, and the producer that he worked with, working virtually because it was 2020 and you dealing with COVID, and how everything came together, and it's a raw, gritty feel to it, and he's speaking on some real heavy topics. So that was probably my favorite song, something that you could just close your eyes to and bob your head and just feel.
So let me ask you something.
Mhm.
Let's go to as you was growing up, being from the DMV area, everything ain't always as roses and bubbles and pleasant. So how was you able to, maintain your walk, maintain your light and everything you was doing and not get caught up in the day-to-day DMV life?
Man, honestly, my parents just always raised me to be a man of God first and to be different. Just because you might have friends that are into a certain activity doesn't mean that you need to involve yourself in it. They always taught me to be a leader and to be my own man. So although you might see all these different negative influences and activities going on around you, it didn't make me feel like I need to gravitate towards it. More so, I be the one that everyone gravitate towards by letting God's light shine through me. And I just never been influenced by any of the negativity around me. I've just never been like that. I always wanted to just be a true man of God, and that meant not looking like the world.
Also heard you was quite the ball player. Is that true?
That is very true. Yep.
And it's still an ongoing challenge. It's a standing challenge for a rap artist by the name of Mark Collins. He may have retired and said he's not going to take this rack, but we know, tell him Lil Joe still want that bump.
I sure do. And I got his number, so I'll reach out to him again.
Reach out. That and now that we got media coverage, we will cover it live.
Oh,
but back to this, back to your story in your life. So as we get closer to talking about this project, I want people to get to know you.
Okay.
So what inspired this project? What made you say this is it?
I think right after my mom had passed away, that's the thing that made me feel like I need to compile a body of work because I have a testimony and a story that needs to get out to the world. And this is a God-given talent, and I felt this was the direction that he was leading me to do to be able to tell that testimony. I've had music that I've done throughout the years, like a song here or a song there, and I took it semi-serious because I'm serious about the work that I'm doing. But as far as compiling a body of work, it didn't become that important to me until after my mom passed. And I felt, okay, I really have to get this story out of here. So I want to start piecing these songs together and getting this testimony to the world.
All right, since you touched on it, for those that don't know, this young man here is, near and dear to my heart. We like family, and his mother was like a sister to me. So, take us through that. How have you dealt with that?
Man, it's been a journey. Every night, every day, throughout the day, it's a constant battle of the enemy trying to get me to take myself out, honestly. Get me to drive myself crazy, get me to turn into alcoholism, drug use, or even just suicide, honestly. And constantly battling that back and forth, it's exhausting. But honestly speaking, through my relationship with God, and because me and my family have gone through so much in life, I'm stronger than that. And I'm stronger than that through Christ. So that has been my main source of that strength and that wisdom of just daily living, is going back to my relationship with God. Lessons that my parents have taught me throughout the years, and now being married with my wife, lessons that, she's continuing to help me walk through, because we all have a purpose, and this life isn't our own. It belongs to God. So I can't take this life into my own hands and take my life, because my mother fulfilled her purposes and is no longer here. So it's been a battle every single day, man, but just through that relationship with God, it's been very, 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 very encouraging and giving me the strength to keep going.
And just to let you know, man, you definitely always 100% in our prayers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
appreciate that.
You, your father, and everybody else that was affected. It was because, it was a loss affected by the whole entire community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That, like I said, that was like a sister to me.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Sister Sydney.
Yeah.
Also, like you said, that depression, that constant battle.
Yeah.
Use your network, y'all. Use the people around you. Don't be afraid to pick up and call anyone, especially me.
Yeah.
Doing this, because the battle don't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll let this thing strengthen us, and we're going to continue to make sure that our legacy is fulfilled through you.
For sure. For sure.
You got married on me.
I sure did. I sure did. Yeah.
So tell me about that. I watched you go from a young man, so now that you are now a husband.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What's it like being a husband?
Well, it's amazing to me because I watched my parents have 26 years of a godly marriage, and seeing that and understanding what marriage is supposed to look like, seeing so much laughter and love and holiness and godliness, and you see some pain and you see some struggle in there, but what marriage doesn't have, its challenges. So seeing that and feeling like I was mature enough to handle not just a relationship but a marriage, I was ready. I feel like I've been ready for marriage for a while now, but I think that everything happens in God's timing, and it wasn't the right time for me to have that or be in a position to receive my wife until my mother transitioned, because now I can treat her as my number one priority and my queen, which was would have been tough to do, honestly, if she was still here. But I love being married, man, and I felt like the woman that I'm with is helping me get closer to God, and I'm helping her get closer to God. So That's all I can ask for.
Where you meet at?
So we actually we worked together. She actually did my interview when I came onto the company a couple years back, and we didn't feel like this until a little later on down
Cut
the
it
road.
out.
But but we met at work though. We met at
So
work.
you met at work, but everybody stop that. We didn't feel this way. No. She caught your eye before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I see it was planning. And the thing is, we work virtually, and just at random, I would reach out to her just to talk to her. I always thought she was a cool person, so I would reach out to her.
Randomly reach out.
Just at random, just reach out. And we would just have our good conversations, man. Just, just something encouraging to get through the day. And it gradually turned into like more and more and more until, all right, we feel like it's something there. We need to go see what this is about.
I mean, after you sat on the phone for like 6 hours,
it was 8 hours.
Talked about your whole whole 8 hours, and talked about everything. Maybe I might be a little interested in it.
Yeah,
but it's great to hear. I can't wait to meet her.
Oh yeah,
and it's
for
definitely
sure.
on the to-do list. She got to meet Unc.
For sure.
You know
what
I mean?
Yeah.
So your journey has had a lot on it. So now let's get to the actual project. Let's talk about Lil Joe.
Yes, man. I'm excited to put this body of work out because we've always been pretty private as a family, and we can share little details here and there with people as God places on your heart who to share what with. But I feel like at this time it's important to share my testimony almost as a whole, because there's so many people that are going through similar situations that I've gone through. And the point of the project is to win souls and to spread God's gospel. And what greater way to do that than through my lifestyle, through seeing where God has brought me from, and understanding who I am as a person. I'm flawed, I'm imperfect, but at the same time, I'm someone that's willing to grow and expand my relationship with God and just be a good person to people, be kind, and understand that while you might have your struggles and challenges, God can get you through it. So that's why this project is important, because you can see each challenge that I faced, and the fact that I'm still here to tell my story is nothing but God. And I want to share that with everybody.
Okay. And what people don't know about you and this album is also that you shoot your own videos.
Yes, I shoot my own videos. I've always been into movies and editing videos and shooting little videos and stuff like that my whole life. And my parents would get me like tablets and like little Vivitar cameras and stuff like that to work with. And I would upload them onto my little gateway computer and just edit them and stuff like that. And once I decided that I wanted to do music, I'm like, who better than myself to do my videos? Because I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for, and I wanted to be different and unique. So that's definitely something that transitioned well into this form of artistry for me.
All right, so I don't know, but because your process could be different.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do an album or do a project, which song is your baby? What is like, this is it? This my bread and butter. This my baby. What song is your baby?
Oh my gosh, man. I would have to say it's 3. If I have to, it's
you got 3 babies.
3 on this project in particular. It's 3 ones that really hit home for me. It's the first one, Heedy. That's my mother's nickname. That's what we called each other.
Say that again for those that didn't hear it.
Heedy is Heaty. That's just nicknames that we have for each other. I couldn't pronounce Sweetie. That was her nickname back in the day. When as a baby, I would say Heedy instead of Sweetie. So we just kept Heedy. So that's the first.
So you changed her nickname.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first song on the project. It means a lot because I'm bringing y'all into a little bit of the day where everything happened when she passed away, and just the raw emotions that I had. I left all that on that particular track, and that's the opener for the project. Probably number 2 is going to be Dear God. To me, I feel it's very impactful. It's just, again, raw emotion, bringing y'all into my mind frame, my mind state, a little bit of what I went through around that time. And we've all lost somebody that we love. So that one, I think, will really hit people home, because we've lost some people before. We all need to find the strength to be able to see ourselves through that situation and navigate it out of it. And the third one is gonna be Go Crazy. It's just a different Baltimore club type of beat that's I'm not used to rapping over. I got my father on there. He's not really used to rapping on a beat
So
like
you
this.
and your father going crazy.
Oh, we're going crazy on that one. We are actually going ballistic. But those are my three top picks off the project for sure.
Wow. Now to go crazy, that's like the niece or the nephew.
Yeah.
The baby is definitely heaty.
You know what? And I'm sorry to cut you off, man. If all right, there's another one on there called Smiles.
He has another one. Go ahead. What's this one about?
I have to put this one on there because, like, in the midst of that whole situation, man, and I just remember my mom in the room, and we going through everything we're going through. I played that song for her, and she had the biggest smile on her face and was just going crazy, bobbing her head, and it kind of just brought everything back and made things make a little bit more sense for me. Even in the midst of it, it felt good to have a nice normal moment with her, and she was smiling and she was just going crazy, bobbing her head. You can feel it. And that memory of her just going crazy off of something that we bonded together as a family with hip hop, it made me feel really good. So that one's another one. That's one of my babies for sure.
All right. Tell me more about the project. I mean, listen, as you can tell, I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait to to see it come to fruition. But yeah, so talk to us. Like when do you look to release this project, and tell us more about some of the other songs that we're gonna hear.
It's definitely gonna be released January 26th. It's a Saturday. I'm gonna do it at 12 p.m. I'm just excited, man. This is my first full body of work, my first project, something that I can speak to. Um, I'm excited, one, for the impact that it's going to make as far as spreading God's word, bringing people into my life and letting them know a little bit about who I am and what drives my decisions that I make. But sonically, it's just a good album to me. I would listen to it if it wasn't me because there's a little bit of something more here for everybody. If you like boom bap, if you like trap or drill type of beats, if you like how whatever, there's a little bit of something on here for everybody to vibe out to. And I'm just excited to see the reception from the people as they listen to it.
Will there be hard copies or this is digital?
You know what? And this is something that I thought on for a while. It's gonna be digital, but what I want to do is eventually I want to do something different, and I want to have a limited amount of vinyl copies to sell because I want to keep it something different, something unique, something classic, and I'm gonna probably have maybe 40 vinyl copies, and I want to try to sell those, and that'll be the end of it. So digital, and then just the 40 vinyls.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a blooper, a blooper reel. But you do. One thing I needed to tell you. You do know that the 26th is a Friday.
Oh, it's a Friday.
Yes, it's a Friday.
What?
So it will be Friday January the 26th.
Yeah.
Lil Joe will be available for you at 12 noon.
Yeah.
So if you do it on Saturday, you will be a day late, but it's never too late to get it.
I appreciate you, Claire.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that is a Friday. So tell us more about this project, man. I need to hear more and more and more.
I'm just excited, man. I can't stop listening to it because while you have some songs that might be a tearjerker or emotion evoking, you have songs that you can just straight up just bob your head to, get up and dance to. You can play the song in any environment you in.
Okay.
You can play it for your grandmother, play it for your 6-year-old. You can play it for whoever because this is a project everybody can receive. I put my heart into this whole project. I got a lot of help and backing and inspiration from a lot of key people in my life from this project. So I'm just excited to see how, and even putting up clips and snippets of the videos and just some of the audio on social media is being well received by people, and they're very excited. So I can't wait to fully drop the whole thing.
And as you grow as an artist and into this, I'm not gonna call it the industry, ministry, and all that.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself going? And like when it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember about Blackgalaga or Lil Joe?
Honestly, man, just man of God. And I want to model my life after basing my decisions off, what would Jesus do? Seriously. And I've been growing more conscious and aware of that the older I get. I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to do in life. Like I want to make my music. I want to be able to, do shows and perform. I want to be able to I have a nonprofit that I'm working on starting. Like it's so many things that I want to do to give back and serve the community, to be able to build up this community, because there's so much negativity and darkness and just evilness going on, that I want to start to repair as much of that as possible. So the end goal is just letting God lead me, wherever that is and whatever that looks like.
All right, so check this out. One thing you're not gonna do, I'm sorry, but that you can't just pull that over here with Apostle. You ain't gonna just randomly throw something out there and just keep going. Tell me about this nonprofit. Like, what is it? Is it just in the beginning stages? What is the brainchild and the brainstorm behind your nonprofit organization? Let it be known right here.
I'm gonna do that. As a matter of fact, this is the first place where I'm like openly discussing this, but I'm in very, 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 very early stages of this. But the nonprofit is centered around homelessness and rehabilitation. As far as there are so many homeless people in the United States, and oftentimes they get labeled as drunks, drug addicts. Oh, it's just something wrong with them, or get away from me. Just there's so many negative stigmas around homelessness, but people are just one bad decision away from homelessness. People are a loss of a job like that close away from homelessness. Everybody needs a second chance, and I'm not saying that everybody needs 15 to 16 chances, but some people genuinely need just a second chance to get back on their feet. And basically what my nonprofit is doing is providing housing, providing job certification, or like trade training, so that they have a certificate, so that way they can get into like a trade and a career versus just getting them a job at like McDonald's or Wendy's or something like that. I want to get them set up to be able to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. Also, within that program, they could have godly counseling and therapy, as well as just the opportunity to be able to talk over some of those traumatic experiences that they had in their lives, and get them reprogrammed basically to get back into society, financial literacy classes, things like that. So it's a full program that I'm working on having, so that way, once they get released back into society, they're going to be on their feet again and they can pay it forward. So it's not just placing a Band-Aid over, here's a couple dollars, or here's somewhere you can stay for the night, but it's actually focusing in on a small group of people that we can help for a long period of time, and then we can repeat that cycle.
Do you have a name for it, or is it just, like I said, it was still in the brainstorming stages?
Man, it's still in the brainstorming stages. I want to because every business idea that I've had, even down to Incredible Hope Productions, like I'll try to brainstorm and come up with names, but I let God give it to me, because every time I'm sitting there and I'm trying to come up with something, it makes it a little more difficult. But when I'm ready to receive it and God gives it to me, that's when like the right name or the right idea comes into fruition.
Okay, see, you did it again. Incredible Hope Productions.
Yes, that's our production company. So everything that we do, that we put out musically, is
Who's our? Who's our?
Genetics, me and my father, Joey Bless. Everything is going to go under that umbrella of Incredible Hope Productions.
Speaking of that, and Incredible Hope Productions is the name of it. Are you Incredible Holt?
Yep, Incredible Holt. That's
Incredible Holt Productions.
Yep.
Which is you and your father. Let's talk about your father.
Oh yeah, it's my baby boy.
Your baby boy.
Yeah, that's my nickname for him, Sweet Baby Boy.
Sweet Baby Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm no pun intended, y'all. But when we talk about our fathers, normally stuff like sweet don't go with it.
I know, but I can mess with him in no other way than nobody else can.
I clearly.
That's my boy. He, I can't say enough good things about my father, man. Just teaching me what manhood looks like. And one thing that I appreciate is nobody's perfect. So you're going to have trial and error. You might make mistakes here or there, but learning from those mistakes and ensuring that I don't make those same mistakes is something that him and my mother were adamant about. I just appreciate how involved he is in everything that I do, always willing to support me as long as it makes sense, and helping me get to the bottom of everything that I'll need to be successful. So he's always been there for me, always supported me, and a great man of God. And to me, just the greatest rapper of all time. Just had to say that.
He can have that, and that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have to make no explanation for that because he was a trailblazer. You know, Joey Bless, Joel the Vessel was a trailblazer in his hold on, Big Shank. But when he but yeah, he's definitely him and the band and all that. They definitely left a huge impression.
Yeah.
You know, on the game. You know what I mean? And still are. You know what I mean? So shout out to Joey Bless. Shout out to Joel the Vessel. You know what I mean? Is there anything else you would just like to just put out there, get off your chest? Anything you just want to let people to know about you and the project?
Honestly, I just want everybody to listen to it when you have time to really dedicate time to listen to it. Because although it sonically might sound good and you feel it and you feel the music, this is something that you need to also like listen to. You need to hear it and understand what I'm talking about. And I would also recommend, just going into it with a renewed heart, renewed mind, and asking God, Lord, whatever you want me to get out this project, I just pray that I'm ready to receive it and just see what God says to you when you listen to it. I put my all into it. This is my first project, so I'm excited to see, how it's received by everybody. But I'm just blessed and honored to be able to come on platforms such as this, and people allow me the opportunity to be able to share my testimony, share my project, share who I am with you all, and I just appreciate the love and support.
Blackgalaga project coming out soon. Lil Joe.
Yes, January 26th, 12 p.m. Friday.
12 p.m. Friday. So that's 12 noon Friday.
Yep.
You'll be able to get it on which platforms?
It's going to be on all platforms. So Apple Music, Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube, anywhere you can stream music is going to be on all platforms.
And you have videos out already, right?
Yes, I have videos out already, but you're going to get 3 bonus videos that are going to be dropping on the release date of the album. So January 26th, I'm going to hit y'all with 3 additional videos.
What 3 videos are we going to get?
It's going to be for Heedy, it's going to be for Dear God, and it's going to be for Go Crazy.
Heedy.
Yes, and the visuals are completely different from everything that you've previously seen from me.
All right. So before we go anywhere or get out of here, I want you to send a couple messages. First, I want you to send the messages to those that will hear Lil Joe. What message do you want to send to them?
I think for message wise, if you don't have a relationship with God, I'm advising that you might want to start to try to build a relationship with him. And if you do have a relationship with him, further and deepen that relationship with him and spread God's gospel. That's it.
Okay. Those that's tapping in, if you got any questions for Blackgalaga or the project, Lil Joe, tap them into the comment section and I'll make sure to read them off. And at the same time, Lil Joe, what I want you to do, that the first video gonna be Heedy, right?
Yeah, yep.
Send a message tomorrow.
I like that. Let me see.
Write her a letter with this message.
I appreciate you raising me to be the strong man of God that you raised me to be. There isn't anything, any challenge or adversity that I can't overcome through that power of Jesus Christ. And I'm going to honor God every opportunity I get through everything that I do. And I'm going to continue to be the man of God that you raised me to be, Heedy. That's it.
Will there be an album release party?
Ooh, I was working on that. Honestly, this time around, I'm going to say not this time around, but I do have a single that I'm going to be dropping in the springtime, and I'm going to have a single release party. Yeah. Right now, I'm focusing in on a lot of areas that I really need to hone in on, so I'm going to hold off on the album release party for now.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Blackgalaga dropping this Friday, 12 noon on all digital platforms, and you will get an additional 3 videos leading off with Heedy,
Yes.
a personal dedication to his mother, our sister, soldier,
Yeah.
Cindy. So we thank y'all for tapping in. We will chop this up and spread this out all over our media. Please come out here and support. Support, support, support. We out of here. This is AK the Apostle. Salute.